Hey everyone, it's Cher and
Dawn.
This is my mom and welcome back to my channel. So today we thought it would be really fun to do a story time and talk about how I was exiled to Panama. I was on MTV's My Super Sweet 16 and after that I got the opportunity to go to Panama, but I didn't know about it. My mom literally exiled me to Panama.
I thought it would be a great experience to really see how other people live.
I know what you're gonna say. Okay, I was 16 years old when I did my Super Sweet 16, which was an amazing experience, and I was super thankful. We got a lot of wonderful feedback from it, and it was a great experience, but also a lot of negative feedback. People would be like, "Oh, you're so spoiled," blah blah blah. Anyways, it was a great experience. I learned so much. I was going to college. I was turning 18 years old and I was going off to college and we got this opportunity to go on Exiled. So let's talk about how it worked. What went down? What was the process like getting casted on Exiled?
Well, the MTV producers called me and they asked if Cher would like to go to Panama, where it's very primitive and she'd have to live amongst the tribe that lives there and really live the way they lived by catching their own food, by living in tents that they build or lodges that they actually built and living in the wilderness. That's what it was, and not having any air conditioning or any luxuries. And I thought, you know what? It's an experience and life is about making memories and having experiences. And I think sometimes experiences can make you stronger and make you realize about things. And I said, you know, what an opportunity. Let me give Cher that opportunity. I mean, it happens once in a lifetime, so why not?
But the thing is that when you're first signing up to do Exiled, so basically Exiled is a show where they take MTV, My Super Sweet 16ers, known as the more spoiled kids, to throw them into a tribe, into the middle of nowhere and teach them how to live away from family, away from money and monetary things. And I guess they were calling you, I remember a lot, you told me afterwards that they had called you a lot, asking you, do I like hot weather or cold weather, different things about me, right?
I think because they were going to put you in the opposite weather,
I
guess.
Well, I'm glad that I got put in Panama where it was hot, because I would not have done well if I got put somewhere cold.
You know, it just worked out because you're a Floridian,
oh
so
my gosh.
You're used to hot.
I'm used to hot.
But this was really hot, because
yes.
even though we're used to hot, we have air conditioning.
That's true.
So it's totally different than always be so hot and soaked all the time.
It's so hot!
So anyways, I still remember the day so well when I found out that I was well, first of all, before I found out, I had to get shots, I think it was. They had to get a bunch of shots and you don't really know why. I think I thought maybe because it was a college, but in reality it was for this show.
I told you that you were going to college.
And I needed to get these
vaccines
I didn't ask questions.
for college.
Yeah, and then I had to take malaria pills and all these things. Anyways, I remember coming home that day. I was out shopping or something and I come home and there is television crew everywhere. There is literally people everywhere.
Right, because they wanted to see Cher's reaction when I told her that she was going to live amongst this tribe.
I'm going on an adventure!
I had to pack. I had to go away for a whole week. I had to leave my family and I had to go live with the Embera tribe, which actually ended up being an amazing experience, and I'll tell you more soon. But from what I knew in that moment, I sat down. I'm like, why is there TV cameras everywhere? Am I being pranked? What is going on here? And my mom sits me down. I remember she's like, Cher. And it was very serious. Yeah. And I think you were nervous.
You didn't know what was going on. You were nervous, what was happening.
Yeah.
And don't forget, she was 16, and to tell her that she's going to be going away, I'm shipping her
No, I
off.
wasn't. I was 18. It was right before college started.
17 then, right? You weren't 18?
Oh yeah, I was 17.
And you were like, like I'm shipping her off somewhere. She's not going to have a few weeks left at home to hang out with her friends before she starts college,
Oh
you know.
my goodness.
But I just felt that this would be such a great opportunity. So when I sat her down, like I also was nervous how she was going to react to me, like hate me forever, you know?
But you also, I remember the time you told me you wanted me to learn to become more independent, which is funny because now on the TV show Smothered, which is all about my mom not wanting me to be independent.
Well, independent to an extent, you know, just to really see what it's like being on your own so she can appreciate me more.
Oh, yeah. But I remember sitting down. Yeah. I remember sitting down and her telling me you're going away. And then, like, you literally have no time. She's like, pack your bags. You're leaving tomorrow.
Pack my suitcase?
It was crazy. And so you go there, pack. Like, you don't know what to pack. You don't know what to bring.
Do you know what I should pack?
Buzz told you, cheek face. Toilet paper and water.
And it's crazy. And then you took me to the airport. I remember it was like a big deal.
It was hard, you know, it was like bittersweet because I wanted her to have this experience. I wanted her to have this independence. But at the same token, I was really worried about her. And also,
I
she
feel like you
wasn't
would be
allowed to
scared.
have a cell phone or have any contact with me.
Look at that thing.
Shit, let me see that.
Yeah.
Cool. Look at that. What are you?
The only way that I would hear anything was through the producers, which, you know, wasn't much, and I didn't know them really at all. So
Yeah, weren't you scared like this was gonna be like something bad, like scary?
I was worried, but I felt that, you know, everything was going to be on the up and up. I did.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Oh
let
my
her go,
goodness.
you know, but I couldn't speak to her. And that was like one of the hardest
Oh my
things,
goodness.
not to be able to speak
And to
to
know
her
what
and
was, like,
to
going
hear what's
on.
going on and how is she really doing. And if she's not doing good, let me grab her and get her home.
You couldn't
I mean,
do
I
that.
couldn't even do that. She had to
No.
really stick it out.
Yeah. I remember going on that plane and just being, I had no idea. Like, I couldn't even Google what tribe I was going to, anything, because we don't know anything about them. And I remember going on that flight and it was just crazy. And then I get there and I left you. And I go there and I finally get there and I meet the tribe and I'm like, hi everybody. And they like, no one spoke English. And that was
really
hard. I did real Spanish. They all spoke Spanish, but Spanish was my worst subject in high school. Even though I grew up in Florida, which there's a lot of Spanish speaking, and I wish I was better at it, but I was terrible at speaking Spanish.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know any Spanish words.
But then I got my person who was like working with me more. She spoke a little bit English, and it ended up being such a cool experience. Like I had to cut down trees and in order to get plantains, and then I had to sleep on literally on a hard wooden floor with nails sticking up. And what are you gonna say?
I was going to say, you know, it's interesting. Even if you don't speak the same language, there are ways to communicate, you know, and you find your own little way to
you do.
get your points across.
Totally. But
you
at
know?
first I was like, how's this gonna work? But then you totally do.
Yeah. It's interesting how that happens.
Totally. But anyways, so then I had to sleep on this like hard wooden floor, nails sticking up. We had to sleep with mosquito net on top of us so we didn't get like dengue fever. And
That was really scary.
Yeah.
That I was worried about when I heard about that. And because, you know, you don't want her to come back with any God forbid diseases or anything.
And
So
then
that
I
was really
remember
hard.
one of the things, so I'm vegetarian, well, I'm vegan now, but I was vegetarian then. I'm like super into saving animals. And one of the things that you had to do was like go spearfishing, which is like, it's in order to get your food. And I remember like purposely trying to miss and not hit the fish.
I missed.
What does that mean?
I missed.
So
I
what
felt
did you
so
end up
bad.
eating?
I literally lived off of plantains, but I can make amazing plantains now thanks to them. They taught me how to make awesome plantains. But it was
They are really good. Let me
Yeah.
tell you, she still makes them and
It's
it's
delicious.
delicious.
And you know, it ended up being such a cool experience because it taught, like, it was so much work. They do so much just to get their food. It's like you can't just go to the grocery store and pay money. You have to like work so hard to get your food, and it was
And in that heat,
it was so
you know, it's
hot.
also that heat is like beaming down on you.
Yeah, it was amazing. And what they do just like every day, and everyone was so happy and still so positive and loving. And I loved that, but it was really hard. Like in order to get from one place to another, they have to get there by canoe. But how do you get a canoe? You don't go to the store and buy one. You have to make one out of a tree. So they like taught me how to use a machete and like cut down a tree to try to make a canoe. And like, oh my God, it was so hard. And I couldn't just be like, I don't want to do this. Let me pay you to do this. I couldn't do that. Like I had to help. I had to work hard and it was so hot. And I remember they taught me you have to use your head and your heart because, you know, your head can tell you what to do, but your heart will tell you what's right and wrong. And it's just so nice, you know, knowing that if you put your mind to something, like you can do it and you'll feel so accomplished after. Like I remember helping build this canoe and like pulling it down into the water. And it was like the best feeling ever. Like knowing that I worked as a team and we did this and we accomplished it. And so
it's a really fulfilling feeling when you actually say, wow, I made this canoe, or wow, we
did you experience
actually
Exiled?
did that. No, I'm saying that it's a wonderful feeling for her. You know, that's why I was, you know, what I'm thinking, these little things make you so happy.
Okay. Because you were on Exiled.
That was what you told me. You know, it's great to do these things to make you appreciate and realize what's important in life.
Totally.
And it's not monetary things. It could be little things that could make you happy. And these people were happy. And I wanted her to see that, you know, that little things can make you happy.
Yeah.
You don't need a lot in life to make you happy.
It's so true. It's so true. I remember at the very end of the show, after like doing all of this stuff, I got to like officially become an Embera woman. And there was this whole ceremony and they put henna tattoo all over me. And it was like the coolest thing. There was like a big dance party and it was so awesome. And then after that, I had to start college like right after this. So I remember going to my first like week of college with henna tattoo I was covered in henna tattoo. But instead of being embarrassed of it, I was just so proud because I know what I went through to get to that point. And I was like proud to tell people like, I'm an Embera woman. Like I did this and it's so rewarding.
It's like the henna tattoo was like her diploma that she graduated from.
It really
this,
was.
you know?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it was such a cool experience. But there's also a lot that like I feel like people didn't see on Exiled. Like, well, first of all, I like keep up with a lot of the people, which is, well, I not really keep up with a lot of people, I wouldn't say. Like, there's a couple of them that I still like talk to every once in a while on Facebook, which is so cool. And it's like weird, like how do these tribe members have Facebook? But somehow they figured out a way to do it, which is really cool just to kind of like keep up a little bit. But yeah, when I was in Exile, when I was there, I actually really liked one of the boys there, and I actually kissed one of them.
No.
Yeah, I did.
You never told me you liked one of the boys there.
Well, it was like during the Embera Tribe, there was like, yeah, I ended up, it was funny, the producers actually didn't know. It was something we kept super secret, which actually probably would have made for great TV, like having this like, will be like this 90-day fiance situation. But we, yeah, I actually ended up kissing one of the Embera Tribe guys while I was there. And it was funny.
You know, this is the first time I'm hearing this too. I never knew this. Yeah. Now I see she can keep a secret.
No, I remember I don't even know how it happened. It was such a long time ago, but I remember he came into like where I was staying and we like always kind of had this thing, but it was funny because he actually spoke mostly Spanish. Like he didn't really speak English, but you could have, I guess you really can have some connection even if you don't speak each other's language, which is really cool. And he came in and
you find
like,
your own ways.
Yeah. Well, everybody.
Like maybe your eyes with a smile or something.
Give a little wink here and there. But I remember he came in and he like everyone was sleeping. The producers were sleeping. We stayed up. I think we were like talking or something. And I remember he kissed me, but his mom was sleeping in the same like hut as us. And I remember it was like super awkward. Yeah.
So unbelievable.
But yeah, we didn't tell anybody. And I remember like I liked him and he called me a few times afterwards. Somehow he found a way to a phone. But that's the last I heard from him. So I'm curious like how he's doing now, if he's like a big chief in the tribe or something.
This girl is something else. Wherever she goes, she finds this boyfriend.
No. Well, now I'm married, so yeah. Now I'm married, so that's all long gone.
See, if I knew that was gonna happen, I might have had second thoughts about this trip.
It's funny. I wonder what the producers would have said if they knew. Oh well, I guess we'll never know. But it was my little secret, our little secret, I'll say. And now you guys know too. But it was just such a cool experience, and I'm so happy that I did do it, even though at first I like didn't want to do it.
I was so nervous at first that she was gonna be so
Well, I think I
mad
was mad at you at first.
I knew you were mad at me, but like there's this path you have to take always, and you try to do the right thing by your children, and sometimes you're not sure. So I was hoping I was going to direct her to the right path and have her have this experience. Thank God it turned out great.
To like gain independence.
But yes, and to just broaden your horizons and have memories and realize what's important in life and become down to earth, and that's what I really wanted.
I was down to earth before too.
You were always down to earth, but this
But
really...
just like open your eyes to like the world around you. And like I feel like I am super thankful, grateful, and all those things after this experience.
She was always grateful, but this maybe even made you more grateful.
It did. It really did. It was really cool experience.
It was all good.
Yeah, it all
turned out
good,
luckily.
but I still can't believe you exiled me to Panama. That will go down in history.
Sometimes a mother has to do what a mother has to do.
Oh boy. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.